You've known someone for 10 years, and then one day they lie to you, straight to your face. No hesitation, no guilt, and the worst part, you didn't see it coming. Now flip it. A stranger sits next to you on a train. You've never met, but within 5 minutes, you tell them something you've never told your closest friends. So here's the real question. Is trust something you build, or something your brain just decides for you? The answer will change how you see every relationship you've ever had. Here's the uncomfortable truth. You don't actually choose who you trust. Your brain does. And it makes that call in about 33 milliseconds before you've even processed the person's face. Think about that. A blink takes 150 milliseconds. By the time you've registered someone exists, your brain has already filed them under safe or threat. This is your amygdala, the ancient reptilian alarm system buried deep in your skull. It doesn't care about logic. It doesn't care about LinkedIn profiles or references. It scans one thing, patterns. Does this person's face, voice, posture match something in my memory database that ended well or badly? Your whole life you've been building a trust algorithm, and most of the time you have no idea it's running. In 2008, researchers at Yale ran a deceptively simple experiment. They asked participants to evaluate a stranger, their personality, their warmth, their trustworthiness. The only variable? Before the evaluation, some participants held a hot cup of coffee. Others held a cold cup. The people holding warm coffee rated the stranger as significantly warmer, more trustworthy, more generous. Same stranger, same words, same face, different cup. Physical warmth, the sensation in your palm, literally tricked your brain into feeling social warmth. Because your brain uses the same neural circuits to process both. So the next time you feel an instant gut connection with someone, ask yourself, did you just trust them? Or did the room happen to be warm? Psychologists have studied trust for decades, and it turns out your brain isn't completely random. It looks for 3 things, and it looks fast. First, consistency. Not what people say, what they repeatedly do. A person who's on time once means nothing. A person who's on time for 3 years is telling you something real. Trust isn't built in moments. It's built in patterns, stacked quietly over time like a wall, one brick at a time. Second, vulnerability. This sounds backwards, but it's one of the most reliable trust signals humans have. When someone admits a weakness, a mistake, a fear, a failure, your brain registers it as honesty. Because liars don't volunteer weaknesses. They perform strength. So the colleague who says, I got that completely wrong, is actually sending a stronger trust signal than the one who's always perfect. Third, alignment of cost and benefit. Put simply, does this person have something to lose by being honest with you? A doctor who tells you a hard truth you didn't want to hear and loses your goodwill for it just earned enormous trust. A friend who tells you what you want to hear because they're afraid to lose you? That's not loyalty. That's self-protection wearing loyalty's clothes. Here's where it gets strange. The people we trust most are often the ones who hurt us most. Not because we chose wrong, but because deep trust requires deep access, and deep access means deep exposure. You can't be betrayed by someone you kept at arm's length. You can only be betrayed by someone you let close. So every time you decide to trust, genuinely trust, you're making a calculated bet. You're saying, I'm going to let this person into the part of me that can be damaged. And I'm doing it anyway. That's not naivety. That's courage. There's a simple question that cuts through almost everything. It's not, do I like this person? Liking is easy to fake, yours and theirs. It's not, do they make me feel good? Feeling good is the oldest manipulation tool in history. The question is this, what does this person do when helping me costs them something? When it's inconvenient? When no one is watching? When saying the truth risks the relationship? When showing up means they have to give something up? That's the only test that actually matters. Because anyone can be trustworthy when it's easy. Trust is not a feeling. It's not a vibe. It's not chemistry. It's not a gut instinct, though all of those things can point you in a direction. Trust is evidence, accumulated over time, about how someone behaves when the stakes are real. Your amygdala will keep making its 33 millisecond snap judgments. The warm coffee will keep working on you. And that's fine. Use those signals as a starting point. But the actual answer to whom should I trust is boring, slow, and deeply unglamorous. Watch people. Watch them across time. Watch them across situations. Watch them when it costs something. And then, only then, trust your gut. Because by that point, your gut actually knows something.